The only thing better than the Spider-Man movie is perhaps a movie with many Spider-Men. The trailer for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse has left the audience amazed. With dozens of different Spider-Man versions, we have Spider-Cop, Spider-Monkey, and even Werewolf Spider-Man, among many other variations. However, the most notable is perhaps Spider-Man 2099, played by Oscar Isaac, who will have a very complex role in the film. The most regrettable thing is that the main villain of the movie has not yet appeared. But Sir Barkalot will still provide information about him at the end of the video. Let's start exploring the various spider species in the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse trailer right away. The focus of the first part is the relationship between Miles and his father. It portrays the pressures of Miles' struggle to live up to his father's expectations. In the sequel, the conversation at the beginning of the trailer reveals that Across the Spider-Verse will focus more on the concerns of Miles' mother, Rio. She witnesses Miles growing up and gradually leaving the embrace of his parents, and she fears that the outside world may not care for him as much as she does. The conversation between Miles and his mother revisits the journey of the young boy in the first film. These are all pivotal moments in Miles' journey, such as when he puts on the Spider-Man suit he bought from Stanley's store, when he spends time with other Spider people, and especially the famous leap. Right after the conversation ends, we are taken to Miles' room, where Gwen is preparing to appear and take him on a new journey. Notably, Miles is wearing a shirt with the number 42, a reference to Jackie Robinson, the first African-American Major League Baseball player. Above Miles' head is the comic book Amazing Fantasy number 15, published in 1962, which marks the first appearance of Spider-Man. That version of Spider-Man serves as the foundation and origin for the many Spider-Men that have appeared in subsequent movies and games. The new journey of Miles Morales seems to be a way for the filmmakers to pay tribute to all the Spider-Man versions that have appeared. Almost all the Spider-Men appear in a place called Spider-People City, which is like the center of the Spider-Verse. It's worth noting that they all wear a bracelet-like device that functions similarly to the one the Avengers use in Endgame, but the bracelet in Across the Spider-Verse allows for interdimensional travel rather than quantum realm traversal. Now, let's explore the trailer and see which Spider-Men have made an appearance. On the right side of the screen, we see Peter Parker and Miles Morales, who appear in the Marvel Spider-Man video game series. In this game, Peter has to confront villains like Dr. Octopus, Electro, and Mr. Negative. The map pack suit is actually designed by Peter and Dr. Octavius before he becomes a villain. The Spider-Man on the right is likely the post-credits version of Miles Morales. In that version, Peter takes on the role of a mentor, teaching Miles how to become a better Spider-Man. Peter then goes on a trip and allows his protege to act independently. Moving to the center of the trailer, we see a Spider-Man wearing a black suit with glowing gold patterns. This is the Spider Armor, second version, which first appeared in the Amazing Spider-Man comic in 2011 by Dan and Marcus Martin. Peter Parker created this suit when he lost his spider sense and needed enhanced bulletproof capabilities for unexpected attacks. In the later part of the trailer, we see the appearance of the Spider Armor Mark I, which looks quite primitive, and the Mark III suit also appears in this scene. It was designed to fight against Sinestar and provides the ability to fly, enhanced durability, electric resistance, and long-range hearing. The two female heroes next to them are Mary Jane Parker and Annie Mae Parker, the wife and daughter of Federer 18119. In this universe, the marriage between Peter Parker and Mary Jane was not erased as in the Renew Your Vows event, so Peter and Mary Jane have a daughter and the whole family fights crime together. Mary Jane goes by the name Spider-Red. Next to them, we see someone holding a laptop, and that is Lady Spider from Earth 803. She may have an important role in this film because in the comics, Lady Spider joins the Spider Army and participates in many battles across the Spider-Verse. This trailer seems to want to demonstrate that in the multiverse, anything can happen. Spider-Man is shown wearing a uniform, a badge, and directing traffic, portraying Spider-Cop. Initially, Spider-Cop was just a joke by Peter Parker in the Spider-Man game, where he collaborated with Yuri Watanabe from the New York Police Department. When communicating with her, he always claimed to be Spider-Cop, which annoyed Detective Watanabe. However, in the Spider-Geddon comic series in 2018, Spider-Cop actually appeared. He wore a Spider-Man suit underneath his police uniform, and even sported sunglasses and a mustache. On the left side of Spider-Cop is the Spider-Man version from the Multiverse. Coming from Earth 2301, he joins a ninja dojo after Uncle Ben is killed by Venom. On the left side of the screen, there appears to be the Future Foundation suit designed by Reed Richards. Next is a rather rugged-looking Spider-Man variant, not wearing shoes, known as Boombastic Batman. Although in the original story, he wore the Fantastic Four suit, in this narrative, Peter Parker goes to perform an experiment to separate the symbiote from his body at Reed Richards' house. And the suit is left behind with Rick. Peter cannot swing home shirtless like Tarzan, so he borrows Human Torch's old suit, and uses a paper bag to replace his mask and conceal his identity. Far right is Werewolf Spider-Man, a Spider-Man werewolf hybrid. This version exists in the original source material and comes from Earth 7085. In the Marvel Zombie vs. The Army of Darkness comic in 2007, a character named Ash Williams escapes the reality where superheroes turn into zombies to reach Earth 7085, where the situation is far from bright. In that reality, individuals with superpowers turn into werewolves and they are so hungry that they even eat Galactus. After a brief introduction to Spider-People City, we meet Philippines Parker from the first film, and the biggest difference now is that he has a daughter. The next character to appear is Jessica Drew, also known as Spider-Woman, from Earth 404. Jessica Drew is one of the most complex characters in Marvel Comics, so let's summarize briefly. She was born with spider DNA and later became an exceptional agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Jessica is generally portrayed as intelligent and enigmatic, and we don't know her role in this film yet. Initially, she may have a collaboration with Miguel O'Hara, but then she will decide to turn against him after realizing his plot. Vulture, one of Spider-Man's most famous villains, appears alongside Jessica Drew. It's likely that he will have a minor role in this film since we already know who the main antagonist across the Spider-Verse is. However, the appearance of Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, raises questions about whether he might also be an antagonist in this film and why he angrily pursues Miles. In the first film, the events created numerous loopholes in the multiverse, which the antagonists took advantage of to move between dimensions and cause trouble. In the trailer, Miguel is seen watching a video, possibly with his daughter. Therefore, we can infer that some antagonist has used the multiverse loopholes to enter Miguel O'Hara's world and either kill or kidnap his daughter, leading Miguel to investigate and discover that Miles is the cause of these loopholes, prompting him to pursue the boy in anger. Surely, Miles would not want to be caught by this Spider-Man 2099, as he is a powerful version of Spider-Man who doesn't like to fool around. Miguel O'Hara didn't get bitten by a radioactive spider. He is a scientist who puts absolute trust in science. His suit is made of nanotech, and he uses talons to move on walls instead of web swinging. In the desert scene, we see Spider-Man 2099 and a variety of other Spider-Man variants, including one with a large spider emblem on his chest, possibly Superior Spider-Man. This character has an interesting and controversial story. When Otto Octavius, also known as Dr. Octopus, was dying from cancer, he ignited a fight with Peter to swap minds with him. In Peter's young body, Octavius proclaims himself as the Superior Spider-Man, seeing what his enemies had gone through. Octavius didn't want to be a villain anymore and was determined to become a superhero even more effective than Peter Parker in the past, willing to sacrifice everything for justice. Is this the version of Spider-Man with 6 arms? In issue 100 of The Amazing Spider-Man, Peter consumed a substance to completely eliminate his powers, but instead, he grew 2 extra pairs of arms. The biggest difference is that the suit in the trailer doesn't have the white coloration. Behind a chubby Spider-Man, there is a spider monkey from the Avengers of Earth 8101. The feast isn't over yet because we will also have Spider-Man India, a character not shown in the trailer but confirmed to be in the film. Pabir Prabhakar is the Spider-Man of Earth 50101, created in the Spider-Man India comic series. Hobart Brown will also appear. He first appeared in The Amazing Spider-Man 2015 and is Spider-Man of Earth 138. In his reality, Norman Osborn is a tyrant and currently the President of the United States, plunging the country into a dark period. The main antagonist of the film doesn't appear in the trailer, but it has been confirmed to be the Spot, a character that immediately brings to mind the Spot, a villain associated with 101 Dalmatians. Don't be deceived by appearances. This is not a simple villain. Before becoming the Spot, he was Jonathan Owen, who earned a doctorate at Met. Later, Jonathan worked for the Kingpin and was ordered to design a device that could create doorways like black holes. Jonathan succeeded, but he was also sucked into it himself. In this half-black, half-white dimensional shift, he was transformed into a villain with black holes all over his body. From there, he could teleport himself and objects at incredibly fast speeds. He often uses it to catch his opponents off guard. The Spot also becomes immortal because whenever his body is destroyed, it disperses and reforms within the black and white dimension. Although initially considered a second-rate villain created for laughs, recently his storyline in the original material has taken a darker turn when a crime boss captures his son and drives his wife insane. The Spot becomes blinded by revenge and ruthlessly hunts down the gang of the other guy. The Across the Spider-Verse trailer still has several other Spider-Man versions that Sir Barkalot hasn't spotted yet. So, if you see any other Spider-Man versions, please leave a comment below. Does Spider-Man 2099 have the potential to become the main antagonist of this film? Or will there be no surprises and the villain's name will still be the Spot as confirmed by the film's production team? Thank you for taking the time to watch the analysis video of Across the Spider-Verse trailer. That's it for today.